in the library. It's so funny. Do you guys remember Saturday Night Live where they had that skit with Sherry O'Terry? She said, remember last year at band camp? Does anybody remember that? Okay, I don't know. Okay. Saturday Night Live makes me laugh. All right, guys, sit up nice and tall. So I am going to be presenting a book for our spiritual book club on dead philosophers. It's called The Socrates Express, and it's a really great read. It's a light read. You get to meet a dozen philosophers. Yeah, they're all dead, but they left some very good ideas. And I'd like to present one of them today. It goes with our idea of being happy for everybody, not just for ourselves. And the saying goes, and this is from the author, he wrote it at the end of the epilogue. He said, I thought otherwise, so I saw otherwise. In other words, we have the power to shift our perspective. We just have to notice what's not working, what feels yucky, what's negative, and say, well, let's see it from somebody else's point of view. Let's see it from another angle. A lot of philosophers did that, and we can learn a lot from them. Yeah. So sit up tall, draw your shoulder blades down your back, lift your heart, maybe a hint of a smile, as you know. And then with your eyes closed, start connecting with your breath. Big inhale and exhale. Notice if you have a little chugging in your lungs as you start to breathe. Maybe it's not used to being able to take a big full breath. Shoulder blades down your back, heart lifted. Notice the toning in your body. See if you can release your thighs, your hips towards the earth. Notice when you say, I don't like somebody, or you start listing somebody's negative attributes, and see if you can change your perspective on them. Maybe list their positive attributes. Because everybody, well, almost everybody has some. And then slowly open your eyes. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up and start to reach up towards the sky, towards new ideas, breaking out of some old habits. Inhale as you reach, exhale as you draw it down. Oh yeah. Big and full. You should feel some stretching in your spine. You know, on weights day, I like to get right down into it here. So inhale, reaching a little higher. Yeah, see a little deeper. Take one more on the right and one more on the left. And back to center. Take your hands, interlace your fingers, reach the energy away from you, rounding your back. Inhale, extend your arms up. Now, if you have nudgy shoulders, keep your elbows soft. And even if you don't, elbows back. Lift your heart, lift your chest, and then take your elbows behind you. This is really good for your back. And then continue just like that. Press it forward like you're resisting something, rounding your back. Inhale all the way up and back behind you. So I know a few of you have some shoulder stuff. And if you keep a soft elbow, no matter what we're doing, that should help, but you still have to tone your shoulder blades. So I'll show you how to do that, right? And let's just take one more here. Last one, let's just get it all together here. Big inhale, big with your breath, and all the way back. Inhale, circle your arms up and find that twist, reaching over to your right. And then as you take your right shoulder down your back, I want you to look over to your left and then tip your shoulder, your chin towards your chest and breathe into it. No rush. Make sure you're not leaning back. Yeah. And then inhale back to center. So you can always almost feel your body want to turn that way. So let's do the other way to the left. Take your right hand to your left knee, look over your left shoulder, take the shoulder blade down your back, and then look to your right and dip your chin towards your chest. Yeah. Take a few breaths here. Lift your chin, make your way to table pose, hands and knees, and start making your way to some cats and cows. Just, oh yeah, round it. Lots of flexion and extension in your spine. Imagine my hand is on your belly. I want you to get used to a little engagement of the core. Oh yeah. So our little yoga shop up the street opened. Yeah, so we're gonna have to be working a little harder. Okay, take some hip circles here, guys. Just some hip circles here. And I want to start getting into our hips just a little bit before we start the other stuff. Good. Extend your right leg back behind you, your left arm forward. If this is too much, you can always keep your left fingerprints on the floor. And you're going to take your right knee towards your chest or your left elbow towards your right knee. And then inhale. So it depends where your left hand is. Exhale and inhale. Keep the shoulders hugged together. That means your chest is going to melt towards the floor. I don't want any rounding in your upper back here. Let's just get into there. 8. Yeah, we're moving with our breath. 7. This is not an aerobics class. 6. I don't even know if we do those anymore. 5. 4. This is making our bodies efficient machines so that we can eat yogurt. Okay. Last one, all the way back. Bend your right knee, reach towards your right foot with your left hand or bind with it. Let's just get into that. Right quad, making sure your heel, your right heel stays towards your right bum. Reach your heart forward, press your foot back if you're bound. If you're not, it matters not. But take a breath. Oh yeah. And come back to the balance. Take your left hand to the floor and extend your right leg in front of you right away. Flexing the front right ankle, keep the right outer hip back. Then step into your right foot and reach your heart forward. And then all the way back. See if you can get a nice flex in your right ankle. I know for me, my shin muscles, my foot muscles are moving. It happens because of the joint in our big toe. Some of us have shallow joints, and the big toe will move towards the little toes and create a bunion. But if we can really keep a nice musculature in our toes, we can try to stave it off. Inhale, oh yeah. And exhale, good. Step into your right foot. Make your way into a lovely twist, rolling your left ribs to the right, lifting your right arm up. And then take both hands to the earth, softening your elbows. Inhale up. Oh yeah. And exhale back. Now you can lift your back left knee if you'd like. That'll make it a little bit more challenging if you need it. If you don't need it, that doesn't mean it's any better. It just means it's different. Open it up and close. Good. And open it up. Take your right hand to the earth and make your way into a down dog. And walk your dog. Let's just get that cooking. Good. And back to table pose, hands and knees. If you want to take a nice stretch in your wrist, you can flip your palms up with your fingertips towards you And just reach your hips back. You'll get a nice stretch in your wrists. You can always do this. It's kind of a nice thing to do every now and then. But when you have your hands grounded from the roots of the fingers, the weight is not in your wrists. Extend your left leg back behind you. Make sure your hip points are square, and either extend your right arm in front of you or keep your right fingertips to the earth and just take your left knee towards your chest. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, good. Now you can extend your right arm forward if you like, or not. You decide, yeah. Good. And 8. Breathe into it, exhale, 7. Big inhale. Good, 5 more. Two more. Let your breath just be the sound that you hear. Make your way into the balance. Bend your left knee. Either reach towards your foot or grab your foot. And make sure your left heel's toward the left sit bone. Do not cross the midline. Press your foot back. Lift your heart. Take a nice few breaths here. Oh, maybe lift your thigh bone a little higher. And release. Oh, yeah. Extend your left leg in front of you. Flexing the front left ankle, getting all into those hammies. Left outer hip back. Then step into your left foot and reach your heart forward. And all the way back. Yeah. Moving with the breath, finding that edge, or anything more would be too much. Maybe changing your perspective on something. Noticing where you're putting up your own roadblocks with the I can'ts. And knowing that you can start by overcoming those fears by just looking at them. Take 2 more. Oh, yeah. Last one. So we do a lot of glutes when we're standing. That's why I don't do them right away. Step into your left foot so that your left knee is at 90 degrees. I'm gonna move my hand over to the left, my right hand to the left. And then make your way into your twist. Really roll your right ribs to the left, lean back. And then you know what to do. Take your hands together, soften your elbows. Inhale up and exhale back. Now remember, you can always lift the back right knee if you choose. And it just makes it a little bit more interesting if you like. Not better. So I'm going to just lift my right knee because I don't know. I want to show you what it looks like. Just a few more here. Let's take 2 more. 1. Notice how slow and mindful we go. And 2. Oh, that's. And then right into down dog. Now we're going to do something kind of surprising now. You're going to take your knees to the earth pretty far forward. Come to seated. And we're going to start with our chest and our hips because it's a full body kind of experience, big muscles. I'm going to take a heavier weight for my chest muscles. And this way we will get here, we'll get into our chest muscles a little bit more today than we usually do. Okay, weights to your thighs. Roll the top of the pelvis back, coming all the way onto your back. Good. You're going to take your palms away from each other and then palms forward. Shoulder blades tucked together. And you can go, you can do just a chest press here, which is excellent. If you have to change weights, make sure you sit up to do so. You don't just lean over and get them. Now we're going to add a hip thrust, bridge type movement. So when you lift, you're going to squeeze your glutes. So we're going to be using those there glutes quite a lot as we stand.
And I want to just start cooking those up a little bit more. And I thought we would do it while we're working our chest. Actually, this does a lot of stuff. Exhale. And reach. 8 more. And 8. Now, if this is too light, you can always make heavier weights. 7, have heavier weights. 6, but this is the first time. Give yourself a break. 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. Last one. Press it up, and then slowly roll everything back to the earth. Take your weights over your body, roll to one side or the other to release them. And then you're going to draw your knees to your chest. I'm going to roll my ankles too. And then roll back and forth, back and forth. That's a massage for your spine, kind of stacks it up. And then you're going to cross your shins, roll forward into table, and right into a down dog. Look at that. I'm going to walk back onto my mat. Good. Find a few breaths here once you get into dog. And then you're going to walk your feet to your hands or your hands to your feet. Yeah, that's why we straightened all that. Walk your hands slightly forward. You can even put them on blocks and come onto your tiptoes and just get a nice stretch in the back of your legs. Good, and release. Back to your tiptoes and back to the earth. Now I want you to press your heels and the balls of the big toes into the earth. Lift and spread your toes. Then press your feet to the earth as you come all the way up into a nice long spine. And bring your palms together to your heart center. And we're going to start with our upper back now. So today you're going to soften your knees, take your bum back, and we're simply going to reach our elbows back, but we're going to put weights or no weights in your hands. And you're going to draw them back. So your weights are going to be together. It's kind of weird. It's kind of different because, you know, I like to keep it weird. So I'm going to take 2 moderate weights for me to my body. I'm taking my weights together. This is different. We have not done this before. Your bum is back. And you're going to simply reach. So your bum is back, your torso is about 45 degrees. And reach. Elbows back. And elbows back. Keep those weights hugged together. You can have 1 weight. You can have 2 weights. You can have no weight. But notice, not only are you getting into your upper back, but you're also getting into your core here. So it doesn't feel like, it doesn't look like it, but you are. Nice long spine, hips back. And ready to count? Squeeze it back. And 8, 7, 6, 4, take a break anytime. 2, elbows back. Last 1, and release those weights. Come all the way up. Oh yeah. Take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, lift your heart, and get a nice little forward fold here once again. Take your hands up over your back. Shake out your head. And inhale all the way back up. We're going to get right into the right glute, and we're going to do biceps. So how heavy do you want your weights for your bicep? Again, this is not an exercise for your upper body. This is that I worry about how much, too much weight. You can take a nice heavy weight. You're going to step into your right foot. I like to do this every time. Now you can take your feet wide and do a sumo squat, or you can take your left foot back and do a lunge. Okay, but this time with your shoulder blades down your back, your palms are facing towards you. Hammerhead grip. And then as you lift, you're going to roll your palms up, roll the pinkies up, palms up, and then come back down.
And palms up. There you go. And exhale. There you go. Yeah, I see you guys. And really slow. Now, if you stay low in your low body, you're golden because you'll get into that right glute. If you don't stay low, we can do glutes separate. Like sold separately, right, guys? Good. So you're going to really squeeze and lower down slowly. Very calculated, very together, right? And 8, 7, 6, roll it up. You should feel it a little bit more in the back of your arm. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Let's stay low and just do 8 little half lifts so you can really get in the right glute. 5, 4, 3, 2. Pinkies up. Last one. And take your weights to your body. Step forward. And let's shake that out. Whew. Was that good for you guys? All right. Now we're going to get in both glutes. I still feel I want to get into my upper back. So I'm going to take a light weight in my right hand. And we do this all the time. It's really important. So we're going to take goddess. So our toes are slightly out. Our bum draws back, like I'm sitting back on a chair. Oh, I changed my mind, right? But I'm going to start with my right elbow behind me. My chest stays forward. And as you exhale, my chest stays forward. I'm going to reach to the left. But this is really what I'm looking for, is taking the right shoulder down your back. And then all the way over to the left. Right shoulder down. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Make our bodies efficient machines. Yeah. So we can be strong for our blood sugar, right? Immune system. Yeah. And let's take 8 more. 8. Are you breathing? Inhale. 6, 5. Sometimes my breathing gets messed up because I'm talking. 5. All the way back. 4. Don't keep your chest forward. Keep your chest forward. Good. Chest forward. Okay. I think I see some twisting there. No twisting. Last one. And release. Now I want you to notice as you stand with your feet hip width apart, how your right shoulder's back and down your back, right? Correct. We're going to do the left now. Bum back, sitting in a chair. So you're thrusting your pelvis forward and you're sitting your pelvis back. Okay? Elbows back, chest forward, no twisting. Elbow up and reach and inhale and exhale. Now, if you need a little bit more support, if you take your right hand to your right thigh, that'll give you a little bit more support for your hips to come back up. And if this is so good for your upper back, good. And ready? Let's count. 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, last one. And release. Ah, nice. Now we're standing up tall. Now we can do Now we can seize the day, right? But we're not done. So we're going to do shoulder slides. So we're going to shrug your shoulder up and then down at the end of this deadlift. So we don't stay up here. We shrug up and down. I want to see. Okay, good. Now you can take moderate weights, even heavier weights if you like. And this is what it looks like. Soft knees, bum back. You're going to fold forward, and you might not go that far. You might have your weights around your knees or lower. But when you come up, you're going to shrug your shoulders and release. And then fold forward. Deadlift. Inhale, up. Bum back. Make sure your bum goes back. Yeah, and shrug. I want to see a bum back and shrug. So you're getting into your core. You're strengthening your low back. And you're getting your shoulders started. And shrug. Lower. Good. And we're going to do about 8 more. 8. 7. 6. 5. 'Yeah. The sexiest thing any man can say is, I don't know. That's what makes me think. Okay, 4. Okay, 3. What would my teacher say? 2. Last one. All right. We're going to go back to biceps on the left, but I want you to notice where your back is. Your shoulders are hugged together. They're down your back. Your chest is wide and open. You can take a big full breath. So now we're going to do our second set of biceps. You choose what kind of weights you want to do. You might still be able to do your heaviest. I don't know. You decide. You're going to step into your left foot and either take your right foot wide if you like, or take your right toes back and come into that lunge. You choose. But you know what the shoulders should feel like, right? You have a nice long spine, hammerhead grip. And you're going to lift up so that the pinkies roll up and come back. Now, if you, like I said, if you stay lower, you'll get into your left glute a little quicker. Big exhale here. If you're really into your weights here. All right. And 8, 7, 4, 3. All right, remember those last 8 we did? So my palms are up. I'm kind of reaching my pinky fingers up. 5, 4, slow. 3, 2, last one. Take your weights to your body, step forward, and release your weights. Good. Standing tall. Inhale, circle your arms up, grab your left wrist and lift. Exhale to the right. Good. Inhale to center. Grab your right wrist, lift. Exhale to the left. Open your heart. Exhale and fold forward. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, step back to your first plank with your knees either up or down. Good. And we're just going to lift and lower our hips just a little bit. So you can come onto your forearms here. You can have your knees down here. Good. I'm just going to get into the core a little. Just for a few more.
This is total core work. Yep.
Then lower your knees. Roll your thigh bones to the floor. Take your hands back just a little bit, shoulder blades down your back. Make your way into your cobra or your up dog. Oh, yummy. And right into down dog. Oh, yeah. Play in your dog a little bit. Lift your heels and then lower. Lift your heels and widen your toes and lower. Just take a few here. And notice how you can draw the energy right to the pelvic floor, into the belly, and down. 2 more. Yeah, I like 2 more. And onto your knees, sitting on your bum. And we're going to do another set of chest here. So take whatever weights you like for chest. You can take a heavy chest if you like. Roll the top of the pelvis back. You've got lots more warmed up muscles now. Take your weights beside you. Your elbows can be from almost 90 degrees to 45. And again, you're going to squeeze those pecs. And if you want to make it a twofer, you can thrust your hips and get into those glutes. Now the core. Yeah. But you're breathing mindfully, carefully. You're not landing. And 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, yeah, 2. All right, last one, really press it up, hold it, hold it, hold it. And slowly lower all the way back down, releasing your weights. Now, you can draw your knees to your chest like we did last time. You can roll back and forth like we did last time. Or you can kind of roll up a little bit, still crossing your shins. You can roll forward, right into table. And let's take some hip circles here. Big hip circles. Yeah. And then the other way around. We're going to come back to that standing series, but change it just a little bit. Yeah. Soften your heart so the shoulder blades hug together. Lift the belly. Lift your knees just a little bit and just see if you can get into the belly. Take your hips back. And now roll your sit bones up to the ceiling. Reach your heels towards the earth. Take a breath or 2. Remember, this is not a rush. And then again, I like to heel toe my feet to my hands. That's going to get into the peroneal muscles, into the back of your ankles, those muscles into your feet. Forward fold. Inhale and circle your arms all the way up and bring your palms together to your heart center. Now we're going to do triceps again on the right. So we're going to come to 45 degrees, elbows back, kickbacks. Okay, so I'm going to use a more moderate weight. You decide what weights you want to use. Now we're on our right foot once again. You can take your left foot back once again, just be sure you know where your weights are and your toe in relation to your toes. And you can go back to where we were before. You can come to a curtsy and take the right hip back. It's a little bit more complicated, but you decide what you want to do. I'm going to curtsy just for the hell of it. But your torso from the top of the pelvis is at 45 degrees. We want that angle. Your elbows are back. And you're going to simply kick back. Now I'm doing a full kickback. In other words, I'm going to take my weights further forward than my hips. My gaze is slightly forward.
My right outer hip is back, and I can still bend both my knees and get a little bit more into the glutes and into the outer hip. Good. And reach it back. Make sure there's no momentum. You're holding it out and you're guiding it back. Holding it out, guiding it back. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, last one, and all the way back up. I like to shake it out, even with the weights, shaking it out. Yeah. All right. Now we're going to go into a shoulder press. This is a really great thing to do standing or seated. So if you want to sit in a chair on a ball, that's really great. Shoulder press has your shoulder blades down your back. We got all the goop out of our shoulders, right? So your shoulder blades are down, your chest is wide, and I want you to keep that in that alignment. And then you're going to press up and down and press up. Now, I might even do a little sit back and thrust my hips forward. So you sit your hips back, back, like you're sitting in a chair, yeah, and hips forward on the up, bum back, and lift. Yeah, it's really important that that bum draws back. And press. And press. Chest back, shoulders. All right, biceps, triceps, good. And 8. Take a break anytime. 7, 6, 5. I'm sitting back. 4. Sit back. 3, 2. Yeah, that should feel a little burned out already. And release. Because we've already got those muscles. Shake it out. Yeah. All right, we're going to do our second set of triceps next, but I want to take a little break from those muscles. So you can take a light weight now if you like, and we're simply going to reach right and left. If you want to take a light weight, a medium weight, feel free to do so. It is one of my favorite things to do. Your knees are soft, your spine is long, and you reach. So I think about squeezing my lowermost rib to the tip of the pelvis and squeeze the waist. Now, if you pull the opposite hand up, you get a little bit more, obviously, in the shoulder. So your shoulders might be slightly cooked. So if you keep your arms long, that's also good. And we're just going to do 2 more on each side. Last one. Belly back. And all the way back up. All right, guys. Ready? Shake it out. Make sure everything feels nice and loose. Because we're going to do our second set of triceps, stepping on our left foot. So you decide what kind of weights you're going to want. And then you're going to step into your left foot and find your footing for the right. Wide, back, whatever this is, curtsy. Shoulder blades down your back. You're going to dip to 45 degrees from the top of the pelvis, not by rounding your back. Elbows back. And we dip, we reach, and we dip. Now, if you want to flip your palms up at the end, that's a nice little extra. Your triceps should be starting to feel a little cooked up by now.
And 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, last 1, and take about 8 little pulses. 3, 2, 1, and really release. And shake it out. Let's do some circles with our arms. Maybe arm back, forward, back. All right. Let's take a break from that. All right, Utkatasana, fierce warrior, shins forward, bum back. Inhale, circle your arms up. Exhale, find your twist to the right, keeping the left hip back. Good. See how low you can go. Inhale back to center. And exhale to your left. Keep your right hip back, opening it up. Inhale back to center. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, step back to a nice strong plank. And then lower all the way to the earth if you want. Make your way into a cobra or an up dog. And then right back into down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Right into warrior one. I want to make sure we get right into the stretching of the yoga. Right outer hip back. Lift your heart, outer arm bones back. Big full breath. Good. Exhale right into warrior two. So we're going to do warrior two, but we're going to do it getting back to our shoulders, second shoulders. So you can take more moderate weights or light weights or no weights. Take them to your body carefully and then come up. Make sure your right toes are out to the right and your spine is long, and simply lift and widen your elbows. Now straighten your legs as you come up and come deep in that warrior two and lift. Good. Yeah. You don't want to miss one set of any muscle, right? And 8, slowly 7. Keep your right thigh bone out to the right, your torso long, 6, 5, 4, yummy, 3, 2, last one. And release. Good. Bend both your knees, take your bum back. And I want you to come into a triangle pose and just see where you are at. So you're going to inhale out of it and exhale into it. Little pulses. Just find those little pulses into it. Maybe you'll get a little deeper. Maybe you'll need to question yourself and make sure there's no weight in your right hand. Good. Find your way in that triangle. Exhale your left hand to the floor. Let's make our way back to a dog. And let's come right into a child pose. Knees wide, big toes together. Let's get a nice stretch here. Close your eyes and notice what's going on with your breath. And see if you can come back to that yoga breath that we started with. Notice the sensations in your body. Good. Okay. And then you're going to come back to sitting either on a block or on your heels. Sitting up tall. Shoulder blades down your back. And we're going to do our last tricep here. So I'm going to take a more moderate weight. You can take 2 lighter weights or no weight at all. And I'm going to take the weight up and over my head with my palms forward. Palms forward, elbows forward. And then I'm going to just bend my elbows and slowly press it up. Now your elbows are going to aim toward me, guys. Press it up. Now, if sitting like this really is lousy for your knees or your hips, look at that. You can stand on your knees. Yeah. You've got to listen to what's good for your body. So see if you can keep your elbows forward. And if you do it slowly, you'll find that you'll stay in alignment and you'll stay in your triceps. How fun. And right into those lats while you're at it. 8, 7, 6, 5, slowly 4, elbows. Yeah. 3. I'm thinking that if I feel it, you can feel it. 2. All right, let's do that last one together, guys. Elbows forward with perfect alignment for us. And release. Release your weight carefully. Come back into a table pose and into some cats and cows. And when you're ready, right back to down dog for our last flow. Good. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Prepare for warrior one. And let's get right into that warrior one. Oh yeah. I feel nice and tall and strong. You should feel too. Yes, I can. Right? And right into warrior two, just like we did before. And this time, we're going to do one more bicep. Yay, our third bicep. You know what? We're not going to do that. I'm going to do shoulders. I love that. But we're going to do it the way I like to do it. Your lightest weight. Elbows at 90 degrees. Carefully. Lightest weight, elbows at 90 degrees. You're going to come lift them up like a wing and then straighten both your legs and lift them up like a wing. I don't know, I was thinking about this. I really love this shoulder because you have a lot less opportunity to hurt yourself here. So your shoulder blades are down your back and hug together. And as you go deep into warrior two, with the left thigh bone out to the left toes out. Ooh. Okay. And 8, 7, 6, yummy. 5, almost done. 4, 3, 2, that's 1, and release. Carefully release your weights far from your toes. Bend both your knees. Take your bum back and make your way into a triangle on the left and find that pulse. So the left ribs are going to roll forward and the left waist is going to lift up. And you're going to pulse into it and come out of it. And pulse into it and come out of it. Yeah. A little deeper. Good. Until you find your way into your deepest triangle. Legs long. Left ribs lifted. No weight dumped in your left hand. You can see your right hand in the periphery of your vision, right? Nice stretch. Then take your right hand to the earth. Make your way to dog. And believe it or not, right into a table pose. Beautiful work. Inhale, lift your right arm up. And you're going to thread the needle, taking your right shoulder to the earth. Now, my block people, you take your block under your right shoulder. That'll give you a nice little assist
if you feel frustrated to get your shoulder to the earth. Make sure your right palm is up. Your right thumbnail is on the earth. Good. Oh, good stretch here. You can extend your left arm over your head. You can take your left leg behind you or out to your left if your weights are not in the way of your toes, and just get a nice stretch in your right shoulder. Good. And take a few breaths here. And come all the way back to center. Oh, yeah. All right, left arm up. And you're gonna thread the needle, either with a block or not. Make sure all your thumbnails on the floor, and just find a place for your right hand above your head somewhere. And you can extend your right leg and just get a nice stretch in your left shoulder and breathe into it really carefully. Good. And then all the way back to center. Walk your knees to one side of your mat or the other and come to seated. I'm just going to move over so that my weights are not near my toes. Make sure you know where your weights are in relation to your toes. Good. Extend your legs nice and long. Good. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up. Imagine your sit bones are stuck and you're sliding your bum back, lift nice and tall, and find a nice little forward fold here. So just start here. Good. Press your thigh bones and your heels into the earth, and then come all the way up. Good. Draw your right knee in towards your chest, and roll your right ankle. Open up your right hip, stepping the sole of your right foot high up into your left thigh. Block, people. If you need a block under your right thigh, please do so. It's really wonderful. It just raises the floor. Inhale, circle your arms up. Aim your heart towards your left knee. And then your left knee and your left toe are aiming to the ceiling as you get yourself into a nice stretch here. Big full breath. Good. Keep your thigh bones grounded and your left heel grounded. Good. And then come back to center. And we're going to change sides. Take your left knee towards your chest. Roll, roll, roll. Ankle. Oh, yeah. Oh, guys, thank you so much for being here. Take the sole of your left foot high up into your right thigh. Take your right outer hip back. Inhale, circle your arms up and find your fold, wherever that be. I know my right hammies are tighter than my left, so I honor that. Yep. Expectations. That's what we have to think otherwise about. Especially expectations of others. Yeah, expectations for ourselves too. All right, all the way up to center. And draw your knees to your chest. Now I want to do a little core work. I had one plan, but I think we're going to do plan B, because we had a little talk at the beginning of class. This is really good. So everybody, tip the top of your pelvis back until you feel the engagement of your belly. And you're going to lean back, not very far. Now, if you want your hands behind you, that's great, because you're going to get your hands on the floor anyway. Option one is to lift one toe and tap at a time. Option two is both. Ideally, what we're going to do is keep your knees lifted and tap, and tap, and tap. So I have to kind of floint my feet because of that joint in my toe. So I'm going to actively widen my toes to keep that big toe away from the other toes. You can have a little foot class next time if you want. And 8, 7, 6, take a break anytime. 3, 2, and all the way up. You don't have to do stupid stuff to get into your core. Sit up tall, give yourself a nice stretch. So I'm reaching my chest forward, kind of like a cow in my back. And then all the way down. Now, you can take weights for this one if you want. I'm going to take 2 light weights. This is new and different. Lori, you know what to do. You do just what we just did, baby. Okay. So, or option 1 is to take no weight at all. Option 2 is to take some light weights above your head. Really simple. Your knees are bent, top of the pelvis is back, and you're simply going to lift your chest and come back down. So you're going to get a little deeper in your core and come back down. You can lift your chest as much as you want, and you can see how having no weight here at all is going to be equally as beneficial. It just adds to the fun. Totally from the core. You keep your ears in line with your shoulders. You lead with your chest. And all the power comes from your belly. Because one of the Lindas asked to do a little bit more core, so I'm trying to be more conscious of it. And 6, we're going to do some pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, hold it. And you are done. Yay. Draw your knees to your chest. Roll your knees opposite directions. Take some big full breath through your nose. Take your arms to T, watch where your weights are. Slide your bum to the left and drop your knees to the right. Get a nice stretch. Oh, yeah. I want some big breath. Keep breathing that big Ujjayi breath. It makes a difference. Make sure your chin is tipped towards your chest. You'll lengthen the cervical spine, guys. Inhale to center. I like to slide my bum to the right. Lift your knees. And drop to the left. Twist to your left. And listen to your breath. Make your way back to center. Slide your bum away from you. Even lift your bum and shake it out. Rolling your spine back to the earth. Take your arms, palms up beside you, walking your shoulder blades together. Good. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth as you release your legs nice and long and wide of your mat. Notice what comes into your mind. See those thoughts from above and decide if you want to think otherwise.
Start rolling your wrists and your ankles. Inhale, extend your arms up over your head. Exhale through your mouth. Draw your knees to your chest. Roll to your right side. Be there for a moment. And then make your way to a seat on your mat. Bring your palms together to your heart center. And in this quiet space within, remember that we have the power to change our mind. And it's not easy. We have to admit, look at our stuff first and say, I can think otherwise. The light in me honors, the light in you. Namaste. Mwah. Love you guys. Let me turn off the recording. Wait.